Hello, everybody. It's Thursday. We have no thoughts today. Just letting you know right up front. Normally we do, but we got to get to things.
Yeah, I'll talk to you all about it as soon as Mariah gets through with all of her hoopla.
The hoopla. What's up? Like, I want more light on you, but that bothers her. See, did you see her recoil?
Yeah, I don't have my hat on, so I don't have the period at the end of my sentence here.
Her hair just floats off into nothing.
I know it does, and I just feel like, you know, and when I
need an outline.
I don't notice, I mean, I don't even feel it, but when I look at myself in there, it corresponds exactly to that white spot right back.
So it could
It's what Mariah says, there's not an ending there.
Anyway, hello everybody. It's Thursday. We will be arting. It was requested by 2 people in comments. Therefore, you know it's going to happen, which is and see that box back there that she has put together? This is how she operates. That is all the bracelet making business with the gel prints. So that's what we're going to be getting into. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Otherwise, I do not know that you are here. We like to know that you are here. If you want to hang out in the background, no problem. That's totally fine, cool. But please give those thumbsy upsies because that helps us grow the channel, reach more folks just like yourself. Love and art and all of that business, you know, that we do over here at PM Artist Studio.
There we go.
In the meantime, this is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together,
we are PM Artist Studio. Sure are nice earrings.
Yeah, oh no, these are mine. I have taken them over. They go with all of the PM Artist Studio shirts.
And
this
see,
one says, "Don't wait to create." I could have
worn those today. Those
you totally. They go with all. I think.
This here.
We should figure out how to sell these because they go with all of the PM Artist Studio shirts.
We should.
We need a jewelry maker that will
hook us up
because these are the most perfect earrings with all of these here shirts, along with my little boat, you know, trinkets that I showed up to all those events. It didn't win anything, but except for these little plastic things, but I quite like them nonetheless.
Yeah,
they have fun words on them. They're plastic. Anyway, let's say hello to everybody. I know y'all like to know all these things.
Of course they do.
All right, a Seminole Mind. That is Sue. Acme's here. Anthony Cody. I really need to reach out to you, Anthony. We need to get on a chit chat. Anyway, Art Curious by MNW. Cheshire Cat. That is Dar. Art Curious by MNW. Did I say that was Miriam? I feel like I read over her and then I didn't say it, or maybe I did say it out loud. That's how my brain works some days, y'all. Cookie Wookie. That's Mo. Darcy. Eddie. Ellen. Estella. Heather. Janice Marie. Ellen B. Jennifer McKinnon. Kit. Margie. Marguerite. Mark Hines, Melissa in Maine, Mitzi Michelle with 1 L, Panka, Ricky, Robin, Rosemary, Sandy, Sorry, Shannon, Sherry, Black Dog Designs, Silver Granny and her Grumpy Gnome, that's Lynn, Star Traveler, that's Linda, SWL, that's Sherry, Tosh is here, the Shelly Studio, that is Margot. I know we've had some people popping in and out of there. Please do give me those extra pinky hello hands in the chat so that way I don't miss you.
Kim, did you get Kim?
I think I got Kim. Yeah, for sure.
I saw her hands. That's why I said anything.
Yeah. Well, Kim, hello. Okay, again, I think it's the white shirt and the whatnot. I don't know. Hold on, I'm going to mess with some things.
It's not really white. It's off-white, Mariah.
I'm going to mess with some things.
Oh, great. Well, if I go all weird and funky, y'all know what happened there.
My fault.
How's that?
Nah, it has to do with the exposure, and I don't understand when I have on auto exposure.
All right, you can go topside if you want to.
Okay, let's do that, and I'll get you in the little camera, and then, you know, it's less of an issue.
Yeah, less of an issue. But just make sure that my topside looks good.
Yeah, your topside looks great because that's the Apple
camera.
I
hadn't showed up in mine
This
yet.
Logitech piece of pooty poo-poo makes me angry. If I could run another camera or another
iPhone,
I would, but I can't. It will only take two. Or, well, the one.
I don't understand that business.
I can't run more than one. I know. It's ridiculous. Work that out there, Apple.
Here's what my thoughts on the thoughts are today. Okay, I'm not ready to thought. I got some thoughts up there, but I don't really like those thoughts. They don't fit.
Oh, and I got a video I think you need to watch because she actually talked about the thing that you were talking about, and it was pretty good and interesting.
Oh,
yeah. So it would be a nice thing, and then we could probably share that link out too, but I want you to watch the video first.
Okay, well, I don't know. I'm kind of struggling right now. I don't really know what I want to do. I feel very, disjointed. I'm not able to focus. Yes.
Discombobulated.
Thank you. There's lots of things going on I don't have control over, and that makes me, I don't know if I admit it, it makes me angry. I'm a control freak. I know that I am.
Or she likes to really avoid things until having to deal with things.
Yes. Yeah. Or I'm just like, I'm out of here. I don't have any skin in this game. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And, I'm just working through a lot of stuff. And the best way that I can work through it is just to focus on my art and allow the rest of the process to
unfold,
evolve, come to conclusions where that, maybe I can be involved, but right now I don't know.
Yeah.
It just ain't working out. So
I am being more aggressive in my action of what I can control here lately.
Right.
That's my answer.
Then you should understand that there may be some pushback.
Oh, yes.
From the other side of the.
Yeah.
There may be. Okay. So anyhow, that I don't want that to affect you all. In fact, if you've got some things that you would, some advice that you would like to give me, I'd certainly be happy to hear it. Yeah. Okay. To that extent, I got started on the tags again, and you know how I am with something. I'm like a dog with a bone, just
she'll be working.
Don't take it away from me. I'm not done yet.
Right. She'll be working on that for 8 weeks, 8 months, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, done.
I'm done.
I'm good.
I'm done with the chickens for a while because I don't have a feeling about how I want my story to go. And I've just been, like I said, I need more focus in order to finish my story. It's up for grabs right now, and who's going to win. And I don't want that to just happen. I want it to evolve, and I want to control the story. I don't want it to just be a
to finish
reactionary kind of thing. I want it to be purposeful. Okay. So, first thing I want to talk about is, well, I've already talked about the different colors of red. There are many different warmths, or I should say temperature of red. There are different viscosities. There's different opacities. But what I really want, this is an envelope, and inside of an envelope that I absolutely love this. I love this so much. She's just keeps, I don't know what she's doing there.
Well, yeah,
Do I look dark or gray?
I'm fighting with that shirt. You look best when you do when you wear black, it's awesome. Because it balances you out. Your shirt and your face color are very similar. And I think that's what it's doing. Because throwing off the white balance. You're way too white.
Well, I hate when that happens.
And then did it help when you put the hat on, though? Because, again, it did.
Yeah, at least we have a stopping point. It doesn't look like, you have a cone head and your head just keeps going.
Yeah.
I do have a large brain, but not quite that big.
If I must say so myself.
Okay, so I stamped this on here, and I picked this stamp because I wanted something that had thick lines, because there's all these little bitty thin lines, and I thought, if I go with a really thin line stamp like this, I'm going to lose a lot of the details because they're going to be the same as the little lines there. I wanted something that was bold, and I think this is really bold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Naphthol Red Light, and I'm going to stamp it on the under end of this so you can really have a feeling about, what's going where. Now, I will admit, I'm probably dealing with some other stuff that was on the stamp that is also
right.
transferring
Right.
to,
That was already, yes.
yeah. That's why it's that color of red rather than the true vermilion. But yeah.
There are many factors.
I don't know how. Well, I do know how, but I'm just not willing to do that and to be that specialized and,
Thank you, Eddie.
and careful and wipe your stamps off. And who the hell has time for all that? I don't have the time, nor do I have the want to.
It's really that.
It's really that. Quite honestly, Mariah is absolutely right. It is. That's what it boils down to. Okay, now I don't want to pull this off here because it's going to destroy a little surprise for you.
Oh, yes.
I'll have to get another
Another
green,
platter.
Another platter. Let me get another
Serving up the art today, y'all. Serving it up.
Another platter here. Okay, now we're in.
Eddie says, amen, sister. Leave them dirty.
Well, I just, I want to be that clean person.
Oh, no.
I do. You just don't understand. It's just that it takes so much out of my soul.
Yeah, it is.
I just think when people, get to a point that they're just so concerned about clean.
Well, here's the thing. And I've told you this.
Well, you probably have. But tell me again.
But yeah.
I'm sure you don't mind.
No, I don't. At all, actually. One of the things, but when the more people you have around you or the more things that you are doing, the harder it is to maintain clean.
Maintain clean.
Yes. Because that's the key. Like, if you are really into it, maintaining it is the most ideal thing. Because as soon as you slip, is then when it becomes like, okay.
Oopsie.
Yeah. And hello to everybody. Hello, Charmaine, and I think Colleen, that's CK Art. Who else came in? I think. Okay, so Cheryl, CK Ari, hello.
All right, I think I've got that pretty.
Okay. Deb. All right.
Pretty well saturated there. Can you see?
Oh yes, Sandy. There's the swag. That's to our TeePublic. Yeah, for the shirts. I got some more ideas. Eddie and I were talking. He's gonna get he's got a shirt idea, and I got one too. So there'll be more coming. I've had some very angry ones lately, but I'm not gonna.
I've got one up here on the thing, but I can't read it out. You want to turn it around? You can read it, but I don't think you need to read it.
It's extra funny because I'm not really sure exactly. Like, I need some context.
Like, if you start thinking about it, it'll come to you.
Okay. I don't.
Now, see, you can see that black. That was part of what was in there.
Yeah.
It's a double metaphor there.
Yeah, I don't think that's one that you can just wear out in public either.
No, I don't think so either.
Like, that's around.
Well, some people would.
You're right, but I don't find that appropriate. And forget that you have it on and go pick up the kid at school. And...
that makes me laugh. All right, now I didn't take this in and wash it off. I am giving it a bit of a scrub, as you can see, and I am getting off a lot of the black also. But I don't think it's necessarily necessary to take these in and give them, a rub-a-dub-dub. Now, maybe you see that right there? That's giving me a little cause for concern. Simply because what happens is when that starts building up in that corner there, I'm not going to get a nice, sharp
that
line.
is true. Okay.
And I don't want that.
So, question from chat from Susan was, does isopropyl alcohol affect the stamps? I would think so. Simply because it is like a neoprene type foam, and I would assume that over time, it would dry it out and make it crusty.
Yeah,
so,
I would avoid and that's why I avoid the alcohol on these, because I know alcohol is a drying agent.
Yeah, and even the wipes that we get, they don't have alcohol in them.
There's no alcohol.
I mean, that's what they say, but if it is, it's very little.
Well, and I think they have to list them, and it isn't even listed as the last ingredient.
Okay.
So, okay,
Otherwise,
I think that's going to be just fine like that. And I think you can see the difference between...
And he says, that's where my toothbrush went. Better watch.
I got that one at the hospital. I didn't have time to fetch my toiletries before I left, you know. I wasn't...
It was like, I'm out.
I didn't really care a whole lot about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now,
Hello, Zakatra.
anyway, I just wanted to show you that as another alternative to something that you could do. And, you know, if you aren't saving enough stuff already, you know, save your envelopes. If you open them up and make them flat, they don't take up a lot of space.
Yeah.
There is that. Okay, I'm going to leave this and we're going to, you know, do our...
Thing that we do.
Do our tapey thing.
Tapey thing.
Tapey thing.
You don't know what she's talking about. You must be new. And hello to you. Come on in. Say hello in the chat. Leave us a comment below. Do all that business. Give us those thumbsy upsies. Share with your friends. It does seem to be helping. We're doing a tango. It's 2 steps forward, you know, a step back. I don't know what's going on in the YouTube world, but you know.
And did I tell you what I did here with the rough stuff? I swear it is helping.
I swear.
But did you see? It didn't move.
Right. It's good stuff, G. There.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you get down to these little itty bitty slices, sometimes it does pull a little.
Yeah.
You saw it just pull.
That happens with all of them.
It happens on all of them. I mean, I feel that way. And I don't know exactly which way this stamp goes.
I don't think there's a right or wrong.
It depends on how you want it to go.
That's right.
Oh, you know, I like that kind of stuff. Okay, so I've got those 2 little jobbers there. Oh, I might go ahead and just
trim that up.
Trim this up because I do have a... Did you see what it was doing there? But it's easier for me to get a hold on it here when there is that bit of sandiness in the...
Yeah, along the platform.
Yeah. All right, now I'm saving these.
Hi, Sharon.
These little jobbers because I'm going to show you something about
and
that.
hi, Carla. Thank you, snuck in
there.
Later. Oh, yes.
Okay, so we've got these. Now I'm going to bring the pony in. And remember, I asked Izzy if I could do this.
Yes. I did have a little conversation with her yesterday. Well, we both did after the stream because we were like, hey, you know, what was the deal? Like, you really weren't given... Gigi had said that you had given her a lot of feedback while you were doing it, but then during the stream, you were a little lacking in the, you know, being able to explain. And I think part of that is that, you know, she gets on here and she thinks she needs to be funny versus, like, informative.
Yeah, and, like, you know, act like she's got a brain.
Yes. So, you know, we're just going to have to, like, work through that.
It's like a lot of things with children and dogs. I've been watching Caesar. I'm telling you what. I think he does more for the people than he does the dogs.
Oh, for sure.
And
I think the people need it more than the dogs.
Well, I know that they do because, you know, the dogs are fine once they get away from the people.
Once their people are acting right.
But I just, you know,
there are some dogs that do need a little, but.
Yeah. All right, so, and the reason I asked for her permission on this was because I wanted to dignify her presence as an artist.
Yeah.
And to just go ahead and do that, I think would have been rude. Now, I think she was I don't think she understood what I was going to do.
No, that's why I said you needed to explain to her that you're putting it back on a little flippy card because she liked the flippy card idea.
Yes. And I think she thought that it was just going to be like this. And this was it.
Right. Hey, Leela.
But that's not going to happen. In fact, I'm going to do it right now so I can show her and explain to her, you know, where this was going. But now look at this. Look at how wonderful this is. With that bright yellow background. Now, I do think I'm going to take a little bit more off. Simply because I would like a little bit more yellow to be showing around the edges. Down here, so I need to take a little bit off the top and bottom to make it a rectangle rather than a square. And I do have my handy dandy chomper back here somewhere. Oh, I have such a good surprise for y'all today. I really do.
I don't know about this
You're
surprise.
you're gonna forgive me for not having thoughts today, but I want you to give me your thoughts. I thought that would be a good
thought request.
a good thoughting day.
Yeah.
Because number one, I really love but now I'm inviting you. I'm inviting you to wholeheartedly give me your thoughts, not just maybe kind of sort of some of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go deep is what you're saying.
Go deep. I think this is really beautiful. Now, what I always do with Izzy, I always say, okay, I'm going to give you some choices here. I want you to tell me which one you think is the best. Okay. She loves that.
Yeah, she does.
All right. Do we want to put that back on the blue? Well, I think that's probably just, yeah, for sure. That one's not working for me at all. Now, I do have one that's going really, really orange here. More solid orange. I almost like that better.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think what it does is it doesn't emphasize the cool stuff going on here. It emphasizes the cool stuff going on in the pony.
Yes.
Okay, so let's glue this baby down. And because I've got some other things I've got to show you about this.
Mm-hmm.
Nipping and clipping.
Nipping and clipping.
Nipping and clipping. I don't, I don't get all hyper. I used to. Oh my God, I've got to have all of these exactly the right size. You don't have to. You just slam them down on the card and cut off what, doesn't go where you want it to go.
That's her approach.
That is my approach. It's going to save you a whole lot of anxiety.
She's giving y'all permission.
I am giving...
If you needed that permission, there it is.
I'm giving you permission. That's right.
I am still hey, that might need to be adjusted a bit. I don't measure. I'm not super...
Yeah, but I'm way on the other end of the bell curve. Yeah,
she's further on the just
further
willy-nilliness.
Further down the line there. And it's not willy-nilliness. It's because really I probably wanted to cut off some of that anyway. Because it wasn't exactly, smooth and lovely.
Right.
Now I have to be careful because there's not a whole lot I can cut off here. I don't need to take a whole lot away.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe not be exact, but close enough for the girls.
I have been waking up at anywhere between 2:40 and 3 a.m. And then I just cannot get back to sleep for about an hour.
Well, you can come talk to me. Usually I'm up at that time too.
Maybe it's you waking me up.
Okay, now I'm gonna
come talk to you.
Okay, you just come right ahead. Okay, this is kind of a scary thing here, but I can do it. See how it's wrinkling up there?
Yeah. The best thing to do about that is just kind of
back off.
No, I think go quick.
You don't want to go quick because it's gonna take a weird dive on you.
Don't get your finger in there. This is how people nip the tip of their digit.
Okay, yeah, just put some of that gravelly stuff on your little. Sand it down a little bit first. Now I just used that sandpaper that you can't even tell it's really sandpaper.
The extra fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll look like paper until you really examine it.
Cortisol. All right, so what does that mean? GABA and...
So there we go. And now, I've got another whole batch we can give away at the end of the thing. I haven't started stamping and signing anything because I want to do it all at once. I want all of everything together. Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, that's good. Thank you, Mo. Okay, so Acme says you can use a metal ruler like the cork-backed ones to press near the edge to hold down the paper. That is a very good idea. I love that. Mo says, disclaimer, P&M do not recommend close shaves with the paper trimmers. Watch your fingers, folks.
Thank you, Mo. So in case we
saving people.
Somebody said, well, I saw him do it on that PM artist show, and she just had her finger down there and just took a little bit off her fingernail.
She moved right on. Got it.
Hey, this is the reason this finger is shaped like that right there.
Yeah.
You see the difference? Well, the rest of that finger went way of chomper at school.
Mm-hmm.
And it was quite a bloody mess. Not that I would not recommend that. And especially, I had first graders or second graders in there. They were horrified.
Traumatized.
Oh, yeah. I got a bunch of calls from parents asking how I was.
Well, that's nice.
Managed. Yeah. That's the first thing the kids told them when they got home.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
I have to tell you another little story here about one of my, we always have open house after the first
couple weeks or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Halfway through the first 6 weeks. Anyhow, this mother came in and she got me aside and she says, I have to tell you what my daughter told me about you. And I was like, oh,
God.
What's this?
Which day was this?
But I just kept smiling. I said, okay. And she says, she is absolutely convinced you're a gypsy.
Oh, because of the bracelets.
She comes home and reports your bracelets to me every day. I did have some kids that came in and counted them every day. And, I don't know, they tallied them up somewhere.
Yes, I did, Margie. Thank you. And actually, I have gotten a few emails regarding paper packets and sending out things to y'all. Okay, here's the deal. Because see, I was like, after the stream, I was like, oh, I kind of put my foot in it.
What?
Regarding sending out, if you can pull me together about 3 or 4 bundles of gel
stuff.
prints.
Oh, heavens, yes.
Okay.
I can do that right off my desk back here.
Wonderful. Because I have some folks that want them.
What are you talking? 5 or 6 pieces each?
Yeah, I think that's nice. And then I think going forward, if y'all want, if I have them and have time to gather them up, I just want to preface that. I will send you whatever you want with any orders that you place. Because that makes it easier. Because then I don't have to remember and then ship. And
the reminder is good on all.
I will tell you the notes in our on the little invoice packing slip thing are just an incredible place to reach us. Make sure that we seriously
are paying attention
to things because
because the boys even get that. It's printed out on their order.
Yeah, I don't know that they read it, but we do. Everything's looked at and then looked at again. We stopped just trusting that even though we had things all together, that they were handling business. They have to be looked at again, but that's fine. At least they're helping with the, process. Yes.
Now, if I had a sewing machine, this would be really cool. But I don't. I just thought this needed a little breaking up. The more I looked at it.
Yeah, a little bit.
And it doesn't look like you just, slapped it down there.
I mean, I could have glued it I could, do my slow gluing.
There.
It's cute.
I think it is. I think
Hi, Walter.
It's very playful and happy. All right, so here's some of the others. I stamped these right during the stream, didn't I?
Yes.
I think I did because I got some of them that were,
I love that.
I think that looks super. I think this is a super looking one too. I think the parts all really work well together. It's well balanced. It's going the wrong way. Okay. Now I want you to see this, and I want to talk about this because this is something that can happen to you.
Something happened.
All right. So, what's his name? Koki?
Yep, that's his name.
Koki was not showing up like I wanted him to. He was way too camouflaged.
Camouflage. Camo frog.
He was being a camo frog. I wanted him to stand out more. So what I did is I went over the whole thing with the texture paste. And guess what happened to Koki?
He blurred out.
He blurred out and went dull.
Because Koki was stamped in the Distress Oxide.
Which is already opaque.
Yes.
And flat.
And so it kind of activates it enough that it will spread. And that's probably...
See, Koki, here, I want to show you.
Koki.
This is exactly the same color, the same stamp.
Yes.
At stamp pad. Not stamp pad. And you can see what happened to Koki when I went over him. So I just, I want to give you a heads up on that. Now, what I did after I did my, pencil work in here and brought it back so you could see Koki again, I went over it with a heavy body, Well, this stuff right here. Extra heavy gel mat. Now, I don't think this was a good thing to do. I don't hate it, but I think it kind of takes away from the overall image, and you know, I don't know. It sort of disappoints me. I don't recommend using this for that. I recommend using something, because sometimes what this does is it does something called thickening, extending, altering sheen, and increases translucency of acrylic paint. But some of them are called self-leveling.
Yeah.
This ain't one of them.
That's
Doesn't say anything on it about there. I don't know where I read that, but I'm assuming that was on Golden's website, right? That is just getting on my very last nerve there. Okay. It's a very thick matte acrylic medium. Okay. So that was not a good thing to use. I needed to use something more lightweight. All right. I think this is lovely. I didn't do anything to that except stamp it and put it on a card. Now check this out. Remember Mariah did the
like
wine?
if you don't want them to move out, but do you also see what it also deepened?
Yeah.
And it's like more of the acrylic paint was more visible at that point. And that was just with the clear, fine, I will tell you.
Now see, this is the same stamp color as this, right, Mariah? These were all the same stamp.
Yes. Now, of course, I mean, again, things kind of vary from...
Okay, so once I get all of these, and Mariah, we can do a giveaway today. Y'all.
Hey, you need to give me the 2 pack
I will, but I haven't. See, I've got them right here. Look, and I got this one all tied up, and then I looked to the back of this one. I'm like, oh, I forgot. I'm supposed to stamp them.
Okay. Oh, yeah. And you got the stamp. Or it is over here.
Oh, I was going to say, no, I don't have the stamp.
Okay, stamp is right here.
All right, this is what she's talking about. The Wow Clear Gloss Regular.
Which is really like...
It's powder. It's not crystals. The crystals that are glumpy. And you should only use those in situations where you're covering a wide area, thick area.
But see, with those more, if you want it really defined, and I will say that worked really well.
Opacity, translucency, yes.
And it worked really well on top of the acrylic paint. A lot of times the smarter thing to do is use your little, pad, the cornstarchy thing. This little hootie do. Where it powders up the behind and then you stamp. But a lot of times we're not thinking ahead that far. Just want y'all to know that. That's why we don't use the powder thing as often as we should.
Yeah.
Because then the dust stuff flops off.
Yeah. All right, here you go. Yeah, if you're rubbing it up against stuff and whatnot.
We have learned a lot of this from y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeanette.
The reason I'm keeping
and Maya.
all of these together, as I told you a while ago, I want to go ahead and finish out these, and these are what I cut off of the back of some of these. I should show you that too, because I just decided I didn't like it. So what I did is I cut this off of...
Oh, bye, Kit. No worries.
Here, I think. Yeah, okay, you can see. And then made it into an open card this way. And I did that with, well, I've got to untie this anyway, because I didn't stamp them, but I wanted to get them together so that they didn't get lost in the shuffle here. God knows that happens all the time. All right, here's another example of one that I did because, oh, I know what, I stamped it. I wrote the to and from on the wrong side. So I had to.
Oh, yes. I will. Actually, I'll do that right now.
Saying?
It's best that I do those things right when I'm being asked to do them, or, when we talk about them.
Okay, I'll just give these a little tie up here, and we're not going to worry about, what's going on. I don't want to get them mixed up because I've gone through and I gave each person, made sure they had a turquoise one, made sure they had a, one of the reddish stamp ones, and yada yada. Boo boo. Okay. Keep those here and this here. And See, and I've got bunches of these that I can now come in and add more stampiness and stuff to those. Like, you know, put these on here. Look at how cool that looks. And that sort of thing. And have some ready for the next. I like working on this in the evenings when I'm too tired to really do artwork, but I do want to do something with my hands as I'm listening to something with my ear. Do I still have my ear in? No, I took it out. Sometimes I get downstairs and I can't hear the microwave, and it's because I've got my ears plugged.
I forget that I have mine in, and we leave the house, and then it tells me goodbye. And I was like, oh, whoa. Like, who's talking to me?
Okay, and see, I've got some more. I went ahead and cut these up because I thought these were interesting, and I mean, I even think that this would be kind of interesting with this. Might have to cut off a bit more of that, but that sort of thing. Now, all these little pieces that I've been slicing off of here, and remember, I kept throwing them up here. Was it Tuesday that I was doing that? I can't remember.
Probably Tuesday.
Yeah. Tuesday. So, what I'm doing is I am weaving them. Now, that's a little bright. That's not going to work. But this will work. I don't know. That might be a little bright too, but maybe not. But I want to show you what I learned because I've struggled with this. And we did one once, and it was a bit of a... So what I did here is, can you see this right here? And can you see this line I drew? What I did is I drew, is that a 90 degree?
What are you talking about?
Angle.
Yeah.
From here to here. Okay.
What? No.
90.
This is 90.
Yeah, that's what...
This would be like 45.
Okay.
Because it's half.
All right. 90 degree. It's perpendicular.
Yeah.
If you drew it out, this would be perpendicular to that. Okay. So the reason I did that is because what's really important is the first one that you have going here. And what I did is I glued this down all along here. And when I lined each one of those up.
Oh, is this the little surprise?
Yeah.
I love it.
And when I get this finished, I'm going to make it into a tag, a card.
Ooh.
Because then I'm going to go ahead and take these around the edge so that you can see the little quilted.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be a very special giveaway. So you all have to stay tuned for that. But here I used the washi tape that Yolande sent. She always tapes everything down. I just love it. I mean, I have her stuff here for a long... I don't know what this purple tape is, but it's some good...
some good business.
It's some good tape. I've got that...
It's not that crap tape.
I've got that tape down. And I will tell you, one of the things that I employed here so that I wasn't sticking it down to the table was I put this underneath, and then I really pressed on the glue.
Very smart.
And then gently pulled
I mean, it's
out.
like you've done this before.
Well, after the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. Yeah, I got pretty good by the time I got down to the 12.
But we're paper weavers from way back because we have done,
yes.
There was the Easter basket thing.
Yes, but I struggled with that. Oh, yeah, and it took forever to do. And I think, you know, I molded about, and I wasn't even conscious that I was doing it. But I thought, you know, what's most important is to get that first strip this way straight, the first strip this way straight.
Right.
Now you can see they're off a little bit in places, but they're not like totally wonky.
Yeah.
Because once they start overlapping each other and they go like this, it's hard to shove them into their allotted space. Just that. I'm just, yeah. And I'm very excited to get these little dudes because I think that's going to be a nice, I don't know that it's going to work on this one. And I might go ahead and pull out one and start using these because I think they're going to look really cool. Why are you laughing?
Jocelyn says, my daughter tells me, you're in my ear, Mom. Grandkids can't hear you. Stop shouting, please. I guess when she's on the phone and she's got her earbuds in.
Oh, that's great.
And Brad will be in the office and he's listening to things and he's talking to me and I'm like, stop shouting at me. He's like, oh, sorry.
Oh, God.
So that's why I was get chuckle out of that one. Oh yeah, the Cricut Pokey tool is a very wonderful tool.
All right, now I've got to get.
I don't know, Deb. I hear you.
Changing. What I did today. I want you to see this box.
I pointed it out while you were getting your hat. They went to Costco, and I knew I should have grabbed that box when I had a chance.
Okay, I've got to.
You were probably just like, oh, this is perfect.
Don't tell Izzy that we went to Costco without her.
Oh,
she feels like we're being traitors.
She already knows because she brought it, but you brought her chips, so she's pretty excited about that.
Okay, well.
Oh, and I should share that.
I love taking her, and so Van's checking out, and Izzy and I are down here. We're going through the boxes to look at the cool boxes. She is a child after my own heart. I mean, we look at them and we talk about the shapes of them and what we could use this one for and that one for. And I mean, she is into it.
Mm-hmm.
And she reminds me every time, come on, Gigi, let's go look at the boxes. And anyway, we bring them home like this. But I mean, I had one once and it was so cool because the configuration of the box was it had these sort of legs on all four sides. You know, the end legs were kind of L'd on there, but they were on this side and this side. So it looked like a table. I think her mother threw it away.
I did. Happily.
All right. We have coming back by demand.
Popular demand by two people for sure.
Thank you. I couldn't think of the other adjective.
Two people made comments in the last video that said, yes, would love to see the bracelets.
All right, let's don't do white on white here. Okay. So this morning when Mariah told me that, and she came and found them for me because we've done this before. I've got a whole bag of stuff over here that, you know, various stages of this and that and what's it, who's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here are two that are finished. But the reason I pull these out is because I don't really like this color of blue. And I shouldn't change it because look how good it would look with Mariah's outfit. But she's already got enough of my bracelets. She's just going to have to suck it up and go with the new color that I come up with here.
Okay.
And I can't remember what really a wonderful technique I was using here for this. So
well, that was way back.
Oh, this was in Anchorage.
Yeah. Because there's one that's a red one and it looks like you're wearing bacon.
Yeah.
It's the bacon bracelet.
Do you have that one? I don't know if this is in there.
Let me go look for it because I'm pretty sure you have it.
I don't think so. But anyway, this is one that I decided, you know, a lot of times when I'm doing things here on the computer, I thought I need my bracelet to be flat on that side. So for whatever reason, I decided, you know, let's make a flat-sided bracelet. I don't know that makes any difference, but it is kind of an unusual shape. This was done with rubbings and tissue paper. So we're going to change its whole identity. These two are not going to be the same.
You know what? I was just thinking, I think it might have gotten redone because we were like, we always thought it was funny, but nobody ever wanted to wear it because it didn't really go with anything. It looked like you were wearing bacon.
Yeah.
I think it got redone.
Maybe it
did. I feel like that might have been the way of the bacon bracelet.
Hey, well, this is one of the things that I will point out to you. Once you have it done and you're looking at it and you know what you thought was really fabulous and wonderful and everything doesn't go with anything you have to wear, no worries. You just change it. And this is a really nice one. It's got a good dense thickness to it. And I'm not sure it's what it's made out of. This might be one of my, did I show you how to do the ones with file folders? I think we did.
It was 3 years ago.
I know. I don't know either. But anyway, the best thing to use is tape rolls. Don't throw your tape rolls away.
Oh, Mo even put a link to it. She says if you want to see all the bracelets, because remember we did the tour.
Oh, yeah. And those are like a third of what I used to have. I used to have over 500.
Yeah.
But some had to go because they were heavy and they took up weight. And I couldn't afford it when I moved to Alaska. All right, so what did I do here? This one is made totally out of, ta-da, tinfoil.
Yeah, all of it, formed and everything.
Everything. This is what formed this, you know. And it's big and it's kind of clunky, but here, let me just tell you something about this. If all your braces are the same size,
they're not that interesting.
They're not that interesting, and they can't go up on your arm very far.
Yeah.
So if you, and I'm not taking that off because I pinch myself with that one every time. If it goes up on your arm, you can wear more bracelets.
More. It's about
Look
more.
at that. I can get at least 3 more on there.
This is how to,
Yeah, this is my mindset. And I really do. I kind of like this textured stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is it's not heavy. It's very lightweight.
Yeah. And when you're talking about stacking them, it does matter after a while. Like,
It do.
If you aren't used to it, it will fatigue you.
I have people at school that said, oh my God, I just can't believe that you wear all that jewelry and you're not just feeling weighted.
You get used to it.
I don't know. I don't even, and sometimes I feel weird if I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I would definitely notice it when I'm coming in to sit down in this situation because this is just what we do. And you all comment on it and you appreciate it and it's noticed. Okay, now I want to talk about
Awesome, Jocelyn. Awesome.
Oh, there it is. All right, so I have to show you this. My bag full of torn up.
This was the one like from before, and I knew exactly where it was. She's like, can you come find that?
It says paper. I don't know. Papier-mâché. Ah, okay.
Aha!
Aha!
That does make sense.
Oh, look, here's another bracelet. Now here you can see this. You can see what's happening with this one. I don't know what that's doing in there, but anyway, these places where it's like kind of coming loose and whatnot, you don't really worry about that so much
because you're gonna be papier-mâchéing over.
You're gonna be going over the top of it, and you're gonna seal it. You're gonna be sealing in all of that. And I see what I did here, and I'm gonna grab my
on that one that the first foil one she showed is foil only, so you crinkle it up
and you form it. And then you just keep wrapping it around and crunching it up.
And then that way it holds its shape. And then you can close the loop.
Yeah. And I think I did a really good job of closing the loop because you can't even tell where I did
exactly.
it. Hey,
because that is tricky.
It is tricky and you got to work at it. Now this one just has aluminum foil over the top of it.
That is a tape roll.
That's a tape roll.
That's a tape roll.
This is it here. You can see on the inside. See? Scotch.
Shane line.
Packaging tape. It's good tape. Okay. Well, I don't think we buy that anymore because we use too much of it. And anyway, so what I've done here, instead of doing the insides with this, is I'm going in with tape. Because really that inside part, if it
pokes out, it will poke you.
If it pokes out, it will poke you. And I want to talk about that too on this. Because I've noticed a couple places I have here that are still kind of, once that dries, even if after it's dry, what you can do is come over it with another piece and kind of smooth it out.
Yeah.
But be aware of that because it's not very much fun when you're...
you can file it down too. Like once it is fully dried and you do have like the paper stuff on it, you can always file it.
You can always do that. That's always an option. And I'm using this tape and really pressing on this tape. And I've got this rock. I hope my rock is still back here. I had to take my rock out of the drawer with the golden paints because they wouldn't allow it to, but find yourself a really smooth pebble.
What else did you use this for?
Oh, I use this for lots of things. Like on my collages sometimes if I want them to be certain areas to be very smooth.
Every artist needs a smooth pebble.
Every artist needs a smooth pebble. And anyway, that's what, and I don't know that we will work on this one today, but you can see how you just take that tape and just get it right. You want to cover that edge.
We wanted to give you guys kind of the cooking show version of the bracelet making, because this could go on like forever. And we've had that before. I think the last bracelet one, I think we did a little cooking show-ish, but it drew out a little longer than what we wanted it to.
Now, I can't, and here, I do want to tell you, one of the things that you're going to do, you notice how half of it's done. You want to just do half at a time because it gives you more control. You're holding on to the bracelet with this hand. You're not constantly getting your hand in the stuff And what happens with this paper towel is if you get your fingers on it and you leave it there while you pull it up, you're going to pull the paper towel up. So just
Kind of
know,
like cotton candy.
do half of it, put it up, allow it to dry, come back and do the other part. Okay? All right. So now you know about the taping part.
Yes.
And you've also seen me use taping when I do my boxes. My
yes,
gel
a similar
covered boxes.
technique.
Okay. This is a similar technique. You're just putting this down so that it's going to secure your tin foil while you're working with your form of paper mache. So
also, Acme has she says, or a spoon if you are rock deprived.
oh, that's a good idea. Yes.
Yeah, the back of a spoon. Anything smooth. Yeah.
Absolutely. Anything. I just think this is such a lovely.
She loves her rock.
I love my rocks. Sometimes lose them, but yeah. And this is the other thing that you can do. Once you get it all paper mache, that's the other thing that I do. Is I run this over the top, and what it does is it just smooths out everything. I have 3 different materials here, and I did this because I wanted you to see what happens differently with each one, and also talk about your medium that you're going to use. Because when I was doing this with my kids at school, we just used Elmer's glue.
Well, see, this, Jean, this would be perfect for you. You can size it to your, because she says bracelets never fit her. Her hand is too big.
Oh, gosh, yes.
That's perfect. And then Eddie would like to know, does your tinfoil bracelet come in a hat? Asking for a friend.
Come in a what?
It took me
terribly.
a minute. It actually
knows Eddie.
It took me a minute to figure that out. I was like, what?
I think I got it.
Yeah.
This is to protect your
It's
wrist.
your brain.
You know, so that your circulation to your hands still works. If you need to slap somebody and get their attention. Okay, moving right along here. I want to talk about 3 different types of materials that I've used here with various degrees of success. You can see I love the craft paper.
I think that's the stuff that you usually kind of get with the Amazon orders.
Yeah. Or
and
shoes.
Then, that actually came with the shoes. I recognize that.
And it is different. I don't really like it a lot with curved surfaces. Like it doesn't
heavier.
Work well with this.
It's heavier. It awesome on the flat surfaces.
Yes, it's best to use with this, the flatter one, this one. And, you know, on these tubes of tape tubes, you really don't need to do much. One layer of whatever on there is the thing it's going to do is it's going to make it a cohesive surface that you can work with. It's going to give it some stability.
And thicken it up a little.
Bit.
Yeah.
And, you know, okay.
Here's another little idea about that, too. So, like, if you wanted to come along and just use the foil, like, roll it into little pieces. And then
remember, I've got a bracelet that I did that with.
The black and white one?
No. Well, yeah, bring that one. But also, it's the purple one that has the strip around it. And I never have liked that. I thought I would love that bracelet, but I don't like that bracelet so much anymore. And you kind of learn that after a while, which ones, you know, I like this width right here. But I also like some of these too. Now I need to figure out, you know, how to do that with them. Because, you know, these wider ones are stable. They're not going to collapse on you. But the smaller you go in width, the less stability you're going to have in the overall feel of the bracelet. Okay, blah, blah, blah.
Hey, where are those other bracelets?
I don't know.
Like your big black and white one. I don't see it on there.
I might have given it to you.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's in there. Okay, let's talk about this. If you have a very wrinkly surface, then you want to use more malleable
Here, like that one's kind of funky.
Yeah. And I don't really know. It's been so long ago that I did this. And again, this is not a gel plate. This is a rubbing. Done on tissue paper. So I would think that this is probably a form of this, but I can tell by the weight of it that there's multiple layers of the paper mache because it is quite heavy. Okay, so the more textured your surface, the more malleable your material for paper mache needs to be. And the kitchen towels or the, Bounty or whatever, paper towels are what you need. The reason you don't use napkins is because they just don't hold up. You will brush them and they will start rubbing off and whatnot. And you really sometimes need to really get down in there and really, so you need the toughness of the paper towel. And I swear to God, Bounty is, they are right when they say.
It's the best picker upper.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I made this one because I watched Iris Apfel.
Mm-hmm.
Iris, by the way, has passed.
Hey, Fran. Hey, Sandy.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, this is one of the, this is bacon.
Yeah.
So you can see on the inside.
It really looks like bacon. See,
And I
you
think
went
what
over
I
the
did-
outside.
Yeah, with just paint, probably.
Making it look
Yeah.
less bacon-like.
Less bacon. It's also very small, and that's why Mariah owns it instead of me, because I don't think I could get, I have a very broad hand. And it's actually kind of hard for,
I think
and see,
that's why
here's
I
the
have
problem
that one.
with this one. It needed to be as big on the inside as it was on the outside, because now about the only bracelet that you can wear on one hand is this one.
It's a
And
it's
that's
a
why
one fur, and that makes her sad.
it makes me really sad because I really like, it's just too big.
For her.
Yeah. And it's hard to get on and off on the inside. So I learned something doing that.
But see, it works well for, like, I can.
Okay, now here's an example of taking tin foil and making a textured surface and applying it to the outside
Jen.
of your tape roll. And I got a little weirded out there, but you don't worry about those things. That's what makes
No.
it wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's another one. It's kind of smallish, but I can still get it on my hand. This one, it's starting to hurt, and I know it's going to hurt that joint right there. So I'm not even doing anything that. You're just going to have to wear that just like it is, right?
Oh.
Now this one's got lots of, this is a good one. This is a good example. This is a bracelet that you wear back towards the back. And then you can put on many more with it. See, look at that.
All right. Are you going to?
Oh, do you want me to actually do something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let's actually do something. But I think all of this is good information because I just want you not to worry if you don't have something.
Yeah.
Use what you have. Use your imagination. Use your whatever. All right. So I'm not finished with that yet.
Okay.
This is what I used on this one. I mixed the airbrush medium because I couldn't get any more out of here for my acrylic. I had it upside down and I squeezed all that I could out of the jar, and then I put in some of the airbrush medium, and so I still have this in here. And I like this because it's much easier to apply with a brush than it is out of this little jar.
Yeah.
But that's what's in here, and this is what I used on this. And we may go ahead and use that here in a minute, but I've got some other things to show you because I think this is such an exciting thing when you start looking around your house and going, oh my gosh, look, I could use that on making bracelets. All of these little innards. Now, some of these are not going to fit because, they need to be on a really, really fat bracelet. And I've already got texture on this, so I probably wouldn't use those. I would use these on one that was really suavecito to create that little bit of texture.
Well, and the other thing that you could do is if you have multiple pieces that are the same, you can stack them And they'll glue with the, like, with the art glitter glue.
Yeah, this is true, to make more of a
Erase
raised
surface and then,
Yeah,
then
good
lay
point.
the paper towel over it.
Yeah. Okay, all of those paper towels that you've been saving, in colors.
Oh, Susan says, so
Ooh.
how do you thicken the outside without making the opening smaller at the same time? So you just want to come in.
You just want to do the outside.
Yeah.
Good point. And you've got to think about that, because I was not thinking about that when I did that one. And I think I love
It's a
that
super-
bracelet
yeah,
so
it's-
much, but it needs to be one that moves up on your arm, not down by your wrist.
Yeah, because it does kind of poke you if you can't get it back further.
Yeah. Need somebody with a really skinny little arm. It's so weird what the colors that I'm always gravitating towards this. But you've noticed I don't ever wear those. I don't know why that is, but I might use this.
You like making blue bracelets.
I like making blue. I don't like necessarily wearing them, but I like making them. Who knew?
Who knew?
And I don't have any pink bracelets at all. Yes, I do. It's one that you've got it downstairs. It's got those. Yeah, you do. Because I know it's not in my bedroom.
I had a few.
Yeah, it's the one that has the enameled chickens or something. Oh, wow. This is pretty. I don't ever wear that color, though.
And I have more of those back here.
Yeah. All right. So anyhow. Oh. This is nice. Now, here's the problem. I don't know how this is going to papier-mâché, because you know what it is? It's a napkin. But here's the thing. It's already got some paint or something on it. Oh, yeah, you got a few more of those, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't like that color of green.
Or there's some of that kind of yellowy, and so you actually like wearing.
Yeah, I have some stuff in here. Okay, I'm going to keep this one out, because I'm thinking about trying. I don't have a navy blue bracelet per se.
That might be the blue you were needing.
That might be the blue.
That's the blue you're always after.
Yeah. Okay, foil. And you people that still have access to the, what you call that stuff, Mariah? Alcohol ink.
Yeah.
This is a great thing to do. Just make sure you're using it in a well-ventilated area, and you wash your hands.
You gotta seal that stuff. And it is a tricky little thing, like...
Yeah, and I mean,
I don't know if you want to
use...
do the... I don't know if you'd want to do the bracelet. And
well, you would want to cover it with that stuff that I cover it, that,
you like, know, dip it in
that windowsill stuff that keeps windows from rotting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. I don't think you want that in contact with your skin. All right, something else I thought was kind of fun. Oh, this might be kind of fun to put the bats on the darker navy. I'm going to try this.
Yeah.
Because remember, I warned you about the napkins. They're going to be more shreddy.
Shreddy.
And put these little, put these bats on them.
Okay, so like the 3-dimensional Mod Podge works well to seal in the alcohol ink onto foil. Because it still stays rubbery enough that it doesn't start to crack right away. Now, of course, I mean, the more you bend it, that's why you got to be careful, like, with the whole jewelry making. The reason that we know this is because we have some beads. Do I still have that hanging here? It's not still hanging here.
Oh, the little...
Yeah, we made some foil beads, and then... But they're also, like, we didn't... They're too squishy.
I didn't prep them. What you need to do is you need to make your foil of something cardboard hard. You can't just roll up your foil.
If it's still gets
squishy,
banged or anything like that, then it cracks and it falls apart, and then takes off the whole thing. Lace
is another thing that you can glue onto your bracelet to create texture.
Really good idea.
And especially if you wanted something that was a little bit more formal and more, traditional. This would be a good option for you. And I found this whole thing of stuff over there in Mariah's, and I'm taking this out. Now you could use, I was thinking about the string and wrapping it, you know, like around the outside to create that kind of,
that would
give it a little depth and whatnot, and then go over it with a layer of the really light tissue paper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that could be some good stuff there, Maynard. But now she also has this stuff.
Eddie's feeling very frisky
And if you
today.
can, you know, just, you know, visualize having this around the outside, you're going to go ahead and you're going to wrap it a couple times, but you're going to get some really interesting texture here. And once you go over this with glue. Now, the only problem with this is these little sticky up hairy spots could create some very slicey, dicey surfaces for you. So that might, I might try that out on another thing before I start doing it just full on. Because I don't know that. Okay, so I found this stuff and I thought this was marvelous.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Look at this.
Oh, that'll be very cool. And I'll hold that because especially if you utilize the napkin over that, it's going to hold that texture really nicely.
And here's the thing. I don't know that I will even need to. Just use my glue.
Oh, yeah.
And just have that be on there.
Yes.
Over it.
As your last thing that you put on.
As the last coat.
Now, kind of keep in mind with that, you know, depending on how often you dust and whatnot, because if you've got the furry bits that...
Now, Mariah's got all...
I don't know how...
all kinds of tassels and things in here. You knew that?
Yeah.
I'll leave my bracelet in there. I'll be looking for that. Okay, I'm probably not going to do that today. Boy, that's a really nice piece of silk.
Oh, that came from, that's from Lisa.
Here,
Series Hecka.
look at this.
That is also, I think, from Lisa.
This could be really cool over the tin foil.
Okay. You got 1 hour.
All right, so we need to move along here.
If you want to finish your bracelet, or at least, you know.
Well, yeah, at least finish doing the
Yeah.
All right. So, basically the things that I got out that I really am very intent on using are the gel plate, the tissue paper. And the reason I want to is because, number one, I've got them. And number two, they really speak to me about, you know, using, because somebody's always asking me, well, what do you do with those?
Yeah.
Well, this is something that you can do. And I do love this. I don't wear that color very often. I don't wear that color very often. Not at all, in fact. Anything I've had, I give Mariah that. But now this turquoise might be good. What?
You and the blue.
I know. Look, I'm sitting here. Look at this. All this blue. I'm going, well, now maybe I need some turquoise.
And that first one actually would go with the ones that you got on right now. That would be great. But you said, I don't really wear this color. That very first print.
Oh,
very first print. The kind of yellowy brown. Yeah.
Oh, it would. And it would go with these bracelets.
Yes, fabulous. You need to do that one.
You want? That's what you're voting on?
Yeah.
That one? And you want to make sure that you've got plenty of tissue. You're going to use twice as much as you think you are. Just know that. All right, well, I definitely am thinking about that one. There's another one. There's that green. I've got green bracelets. Got red bracelets. Now, see, here's another one of those. It's really nice, Mariah. Even brings in that lighter color.
Oh, thanks, Mo. Yes, this is Desert Cracks. The big one.
And that's a very sexy print, but I already know I don't wear anything like that. I love that green.
Mm-hmm.
Don't necessarily love that red. Oh, that's kind of coppery.
Yeah, and I think once you get it onto a thing, it's not, you're going to lose the definition of it anyway, so.
I'll tell you what I do need is purple.
Yeah?
Because you stole all my purple.
I just brought them back to you.
Did you?
Just about. I think that's all the ones I had.
Okay, well, we might have to do a little bit of overprinting on that, but I'm thinking that this could be purple.
Okay.
All right.
Do it.
And do you see how you take those out so that you don't have to redo the whole dead gum pile?
Look at you. Professional.
I'm telling you.
Just learning things.
It only took me 45 times of rolling these up before I figured that out. But just look what time I've saved you all on unrolling your tissue paper prints around your
Yes.
paper towel. This is not toilet paper.
Yes.
Paper towel. So not only do you save toilet paper rolls, you save your paper towel rolls. I noticed quite a few in the trash around here. I'm not going to say anything about that.
Other than what you just said.
Other than what I just said. Okay, so we've got this one, which is, it's very anemic, and I think it needs some oomphy up, but I think I know how to do it. I just saw the back of this one. I was really intrigued about. Oh, look at that pink, Mariah. We don't have pink. Oh, of course, that's
it's
the
red.
wrong side.
Yeah. Why did you put those paint to paint there, professional?
I was in a hurry.
I see that.
Black and white, Mariah.
Oh, that would be cool. I'm down with that. I need some, more arty black and white. Like I've got, silver, but you need to throw in more, these kind of businesses.
I am still really liking that pink, even though I don't ever wear pink.
No.
I do wear that. Oh, that's pretty. Again, here I've got 49 blues over yonder here, and I'm contemplating some more.
Yeah.
Blue. What do I do with my string?
No.
Ah.
Hello, Elizabeth. Welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbsy uppies if you haven't already. If you want to hang out in the background, that's totally fine. Just let us know in the comments below, too, if you're watching on replay.
Now, did we go through this one? We
No.
got through all of them?
We've gone through 2. Sorry, that didn't sound very nice. There's
oh my
purple.
gosh, there's purple.
There you go. I love that one. Hey, and wasn't this from?
This was from a long haul.
Yeah, long haul with the innard parts to
Yes,
France,
whatever.
No, it's not France. That one is actually Sprouts. Suspicious Sprouts.
Oh, and
by
this
Rhonda.
Look at Mariah. This other one here is a good
Yes,
one too.
to go with the other one. Okay, just pull those out and let's move along here. We're dropping people.
We're dropping people? Well, they're just going to miss out on
Hello, Veranda.
Going to miss out on the...
Yeah. Maybe they're just going to come back.
Now, there's some really pretty navy.
Yes. I need to do another, Shibori book.
All right, we definitely know we're going to keep this one out, right? And I don't think we need to keep that one out because we've got that other one. Ooh, that's pretty.
Oh,
Froggy.
Moses, I think it may have been from the crinkled up paper at Walter Farrell. Please, can you confirm if the black and white is from that? Oh, no, the rolled one in the middle, off screen currently.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just from the crackle technique.
Yeah.
And I think that was, so she's had this a while from, well, we have quite a few, but if you search our channel for crackle,
Yeah, that'll come up.
You can get your crack on.
You can.
You can crack on.
Oh my gosh, I dropped it over. All right. Oh, look at that turquoise, Mariah.
Hey, that goes with my one shirt and your new shirt. You might need that.
I'm going to keep that out. Oh, yeah.
That's a blue you don't have.
This piece has got a little black with it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to put these over the thing here. Look at this. This is great. This is great. But look at this black.
I like that. Yeah, because that'll go with the other one. And
okay, we've decided the...
Oh,
that's really a pretty blue, but I've already done that. And that's kind of a...
Yeah.
Wannabe purple.
Well, again, I think one of the things you want to keep in mind, especially... So, think about your canvas. Number one, it's not going to be flat.
No, it's not.
It's small. And so, the
design that you see here is probably not what you're going to be getting.
It's not going to translate necessarily.
No, it really is not. And that is a super good point, Mariah. All right, we're going to keep all of these out. We're going to just roll these back up. What happened to my...
Hey, Carrie, no worries. We're just getting into... kind of did a review of the starting point to, like, options as far as the bracelet building goes, from tape rolls. You can just start out with just foil to create your form. Some ideas on creating that form, putting it together, how to then build it up. Some options as far as other things that you may have on hand to be able to wrap around your bracelet.
Yeah.
Now, I know for our gentlemen that are watching, I don't know that you are big jewelry wearers. I don't know. That could be an assumption of mine. And do let me know if I am wrong. But I think that this would also be fun stuff, like, especially if you're into... Okay. I know there are cosplayers out there. I don't think we have any that necessarily hang out with us that I'm aware of, but I'd love to know. But this could come in handy for cosplay type stuff. Hat bands would be really groovy. You could make, you know, cool, like, brooches and things.
Oh, yeah.
You could.
Because molding the tinfoil, that's the first part of whatever it is that you're going to do. The way you get your foil to hold and retain the shape that you want it to is that you go over it with the papier-mâché.
Yeah.
That creates that surface is going to be, it's going to hold whatever it is. Now, it's still going to be slightly squishy unless you apply many layers of your...
yeah, it doesn't start to harden up.
It really does not. All right, we're just going to continue on with this so that you can watch what I'm doing here. And this is dried enough. I mean, it's still ever so slightly sticky, but it's not... I can feel that it's cool to the touch. But it's not sticking when I put my fingers on it like this. Okay?
And you want to start and stop kind of that way. I don't know if she mentioned that earlier, but just worth repeating.
It is worth repeating because that is something that's going to make you angry.
Because you spend a lot of time putting on those little pieces, and all of a sudden...
All right, now, I have the really wet stuff here, which I'm not using with this paper towel and this. I'm going to use the stiffer stuff.
Right.
Because it's also helping me get down into those surfaces. It's not sinking down in there, and I'm not losing it.
Right, you can use the more wet stuff when you're going directly to the cardboard type.
Like this.
Yes, because it'll help soak it in, and it's kind of nice because it helps thin it out. Well, the thinned out medium helps with smoothing out the pieces when you put them on there.
It does, and I think part of it is because there's more moisture there. It's not just sitting on the top; it's actually absorbing into the paper.
On like the foil, it's already repelling it, so you don't need a ton of it. Plus, it's a little heavier duty, so you're going to need something to really stick to it. So the thicker, just from the jar, not mixed with water.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that I will say, do overlap. I mean, you know, that's true of any papier-mâché thing that you do. You overlap, you don't leave gaps. And I've noticed on this one, I have a few places where I had left
some gaps.
And do you see how I'm really working this? And getting it down into those creases and crevices because I want to capture some of those lovely textures that I've got going on there with the and you know, I mentioned earlier about the napkins. If you're going to do this kind of a brushy business, I'm sorry, my nose is just itching like crazy. With the napkins, they're going to fall apart on you. They're going to start coming off in little pieces, and that's one of the reasons I'm kind of hesitant about using this. What I may do with this is I may take this and go ahead and gel plate this.
Oh, kind of seal it up.
Seal it up.
Make it a little thicker.
Make it a little thicker with a little less, you know.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea. So SWL, that's Sherry. She says this would be a cool for making a gift exchange, like at the office, or you know, the white elephant business, or you know, Secret Santa stuff that you do at work. Yeah.
And I mean, I think, and especially if you know, the person that you were getting this for was a bracelet aficionado, I would think that they'd just be over the moon.
Oh, yes, definitely.
I mean, I would be.
Jean would like to know, what about plaster of Paris? I don't know that you'd want to use it because it gets chalky and kind of breaks apart,
and here
right?
you go. Clunk.
Clunk.
And
it's going to chip up. Yeah.
It's chippy.
You want something with a acrylic because it becomes plasticky and is sort of stretchy. Anything that's gotten hardened up and become too brittle, you're going to want to be careful about that because, again, you know, you're wearing it, so it gets banged about more than you probably...
Yeah, because I've had a couple of jade bracelets that I broke.
Oh, yeah.
I was very sad about it. But
I've dinged up, even that one that had that cool inlay stuff, I've dinged that one up.
My
it's not a Coisonné one. It's kind of like a faux one.
Cinnabar?
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, see that little spot there? I'm not going to worry about that right now because I'm probably going to go ahead and put a second coat on here. I just, here in a minute, I'm going to quit. I'm going to, you know, start working on
what would be the next stage once you get layers of this?
And then I'm going to do one of these ones that I've already done because we're going to redo them because we didn't like them.
I love that. You've got about 38 minutes.
Excellent. All right, I just want to get around here, and I want to get the rest of this layer on here. I'm trying to really, you know, move along in a timely manner. And
Jean wants to know, how many do you wear that you have made? Well, it just kind of depends. Like currently, I'm just wearing the one bacon bracelet. Well, although unless you count the beaded bracelets, but like of this style of bracelet.
Let me see. I wore one, I believe, on Tuesday. I think that's what started this conversation.
Yeah, a lot of times you have one or two mixed in with whatever you're wearing typically.
All right, now see that big crater that I've got going on there? I really need to address that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do something that...
Oh, Sandy, that's a really good...
I didn't do on the others. I'm taking one strip and I'm putting it down the middle here.
All right, if you want us to see that, you got to turn it there you go. Perfect.
Okay, that big business going on down the middle. The reason I did this is because, number one, I would like for that to have extra structure there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and leave that for right now, and we're going to move on. Because I would like for that to dry before I go over that again. And so it will be reinforced this way and then this way.
Okay, so Sandy says that you can also coat it with a UV resin for a hard, shiny finish.
Well, and that's where I use that stuff that I use on the windows.
Yeah, it's for petrified wood.
It's called petrified wood because what it does is you can use it on windowsills that have started to rot. And I used it on my beads that I made, my paper beads.
And it's wonderful stuff. And you can dip in it and it coats it and sits on there nicely.
It, yeah. And I mean, they're hard.
Yeah.
Brickbat hard. And this has been coated with that. Can you hear that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean you can use just about anything that you want to use as far as like, you know, a form or a beginning size of bracelet. Just keep in mind that you are going to be adding some, like you're going to be making it somewhat smaller on the interior of it. So that way it still goes on. Again, just worth keeping in mind how much you build that up.
Okay. That's touching. That's not going to work. Okay, I got to go with plan B here. Put it underneath the computer.
Yes, there you go.
There we go.
That was very good.
Okay. Now, bring back in our... All right, I am going to go ahead and put this aside for now, although I do think it's really beautiful. And I love that dark navy. Because I wear lots of... I think that navy color is a color that I really need. But I think I need to address that. And what I'll do is I'll use some of the transparent navies that I have. And go ahead and go over it so it like doubles it.
Well, and so what you can do is you can finish up that one that you just worked on. Get that one completely done. And then go in with this. Because I'll have time to work that up also. Right.
All right. Loving it. Loving it. So I will just continue with this and taping off the inside. I will go ahead and go over this. Probably with the...
Oh, yeah. We've done that. That gets a little bit tricky. Once again, like if they are harder beads, then yes, you can seal them with the heat emboss. But if it has any squishiness to them, it will usually crack and pop off.
And that's why I like using that one stuff where what I would do is I set up, like you saw this box that I have, I strung some wire across it. And then what I would do is I would take paper clips and I would hang the beads on the paper clips and actually dip them down into the stuff, hang them up and let them drip. And I would keep moving them so that they wouldn't stick.
Like roasting a pig.
It was. Now I did use, at one point I did use fishing line stuck to and that actually worked better as long as I kept moving it.
Yes.
Because it will stick to that and then you've got.
It's adhered.
Yeah. What I did is I yanked it off, but when I yanked it off, I messed the bead up and I had to redo the bead. So, you know, the lessons that you learn sometimes are hard ones. Okay. So we will put these aside for now. And let's decide what we're going to do here on these blue ones. What we might do is go ahead.
Oh, yeah, definitely, Rhonda. And that's kind of what that one stuff is like.
You know, some of that other blue is going to show through on this when I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I can just tell you that right now.
But I don't think that's a big deal.
I don't think it's going to be a big deal either. Okay, I just rip off the square edges on this tissue paper because
Bye, Miriam.
When you're doing these, it does show up. All right, I'm going to show you the ideal length. And, you know, this is, when I tell you these kind of things, it doesn't mean that if you don't have it that way, it's not going to work.
Right.
It's just a little easier. Okay, so basically I'm taking my bracelet and I'm going, I don't want it to necessarily overlap because what I'd like to do on the inside is come around with a piece on the inside that covers up all of the edges. So I want it to go a little bit past that, but not a whole lot. And remember this paper, it tears a little bit better other ways. This is way too fat because when it turns the corner here, look what it's going to do. It's going to wrinkle up on the edges. So you make them a little smaller. And then this is going to go on there and it's going to overlap. And I'm just looking here. Okay, it's going to overlap onto the back. I'm okay with that also. So I know that this right here is a good length. And this is when Mariah said, well, you know, you're not going to be able to see so much the pattern because what you're doing here is you're going to be putting it on in different
right.
Now see, I got a little wide on that one. And sometimes this paper just has a tendency to just it just tears like it wants to, not necessarily like
this is the wet strength tissue. So the one way it rips and the other way it is tricky. And it's the nature of it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jean wants to know about the giveaways.
Is it getting to be time?
Well, we might as well just do that, I suppose. Yeah. All right, let's do that.
All right, and so see, I'm coming up with a flat one. I'm going to have kind of a skinny one down here, but that's all right. This is a nice size to have sometimes when you need to cover up something that you messed up or it's sticking out. Or
so what are we giving away?
We're giving away the packet of new ones that I did.
Oh, tags.
Let me show you.
Okay, because I got Lee and Margle down.
Yeah,
for the other two.
That's a different one.
Okay.
Okay, so the ones we're giving away today are Izzy's and this one and this one.
Oh, okay.
And this one. So there's like 6. Yeah,
okay.
6 or 7 here. I can't.
All right.
There's 6.
So if y'all would go ahead and put in hashtag tags, that's TAGS, and that will start to get you entered into the giveaway, and then I'll roll the thing here in just a moment. But we'll give it a minute while you guys hashtag tags, just like Susan did.
Now you want to go ahead and get enough here that you can think you're pretty much, going all the way around your bracelet before you start, because it's really a bummer to have to stop with your fingers all ooked up and whatnot.
Yes. Prep work is
not fun. It will make you angry.
Sticky fingers and trying to, rip up more things is a tricky business.
Yeah, and then, and you're frustrated and it's not tearing right and you're just, getting angry. It's just best to avoid that if you can.
Yeah. Alrighty, do we have everybody in? I got 23 folks. I'm going to roll it. Y'all ready? We're rolling. Boom. Robin. All right, Robin, please email me because I don't know which Robin you are necessarily, because I believe you might be a new Robin or a different Robin.
Yeah, well, congratulations. Some of you,
yeah.
You might go out and buy some lottery tickets.
And there is my email address, or you can always, go to the website and, do the contact form. Tell me, hey, I am Robin that won. And, I will then make sure that I get it out to you once she's... Well, those are ready, right?
They just need stamping on the back.
Okay, all of the stuff
to and from in the newest batch.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to get the others out too, and I apologize you people that won them last week. Well, y'all know it's not intentional. I'm not scamming you out of anything. I promise. It's just I wanted to. When I really, I get into something and kind of...
It's just called Nightbot. You can go to the website, Jean. And then you hook it in.
And I feel pretty sure that I've got plenty of papers to do this with.
It is you, just plain Robin, because, all the other has a surname. That's right. Sorry.
All righty, here we go. Let's get some stuff on here and see what this is going to look like. This is kind of exciting. What do I got? Oh, I've got lots of time.
Lots of time. Until she doesn't, and then she's like, oh!
Okay, so I have these paper towels out here, and I had my brush in the water over there. So I just get off most of the wetness.
Gotta shake the wetness.
And remember, we're only going to do about half of this. So maybe we can start on one of the others and do another half.
Well, let's see how far you get. Are you going to do this quick? Once you get going, it really is.
It really honestly is.
But again, the reason she said she's only going to do half of it is because you need to be able to grab it.
You need to hold on to it.
And not get super sticky.
And the other nice thing about the tissue paper is it whips into shape.
Yeah.
I can make it go around those corners and edges. And
heavier paper, you're probably going to want to even make them smaller pieces because they're harder, the fold lines
the smaller the diameter of your bracelets, the smaller the width and the pieces that you're applying.
And also the heavier the paper.
Yes. Heavier papers are going to be less malleable.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. And, don't be afraid to come back and kind of reattack some edges that are protruding out where they don't need to be.
Attack or attach?
Attack them. Yes.
Attack them. Okay.
Beat them into submission.
Yeah. That's the only kind of, Yeah. Did you see what she did there? That's some professional.
It is, after 49 different bracelets, I would hope.
Oh, and then every other thing that you've covered.
This is very true.
Uh-huh.
This is very, very true.
She's a papier-mâché from way back.
Are y'all all watching this? I think this is turning out to be really quite nice.
I like it, and I might actually have to steal this one. Or use it every once in a while, just wear it. Oh, you needed to overlap. You got a little gap there.
And really, once you get this finished, and you're going, well, I really wish I had some of that spot that's right there. I really would like some of that somewhere else. Well, you just whip it on there. But I'm already thinking, well, I really wanted some more of that black to be showing up, and it's not quite as prominent as I want it to be. So I'm just thinking, well, howdy do, I can do that.
Howdy do, I can do that.
But you can see once you get it, everything prepped and ready to go, this is really a super easy process.
Yeah.
And I will find the that stuff that I've talked to you about.
I think I know where it's at.
And we've held it up to the camera, and I'm pretty sure it was during that episode that we did that.
Yeah.
And this little, the heavier duty Blick-O-Relic really does work nicely. And when that happens, that's not a good thing. Grab 2 of those in one. Now see, that one's got a lot of nice black on it. And when you do have the width that you've got here on this bracelet, make sure that you're hitting those edges also with the, whatever the glue medium that you're using.
All right. So that's the stuff that you're talking about. And then here's some other little things that we have that I think that are also...
Yes, that we have used in the past. Okay, this is called PC Petrifier. Wood Hardener. Endure it. Okay, wood hardener, and those are just other ways to say it in another language. Forget that.
Language.
Okay, let me get this down. It's for rotted wood. Description. PC Petrifier fully penetrates and revitalizes rotted wood. And the rest of this is so, can you see that?
Right. You got that right, Mo.
That is it. But a little goes a long ways. I'm serious. But it's really, it's excellent.
Oh, here.
And I don't know, Mariah, if you can read that to see if it has any, bad things in it.
That you shouldn't be wearing on your body.
Yeah. Now that I have been wearing them on for, years. But I think that that's one of the reasons that I chose that. Is
environmentally friendly. No solvent.
There you go. That's good stuff.
It's waterproof. Now it does say skin and eye irritant, I think when it's in its liquid form.
Well, I don't want to be squirting Dick Blick in my eyeball.
Yeah. Don't be squirting things in your eyeballs, people.
And not unless, it comes with a specific prescription that says eyeball squirting.
Yeah.
Safe.
Safe.
Now, see, we've made it halfway around that. We're really a little past halfway, but I'm going to go ahead just because I'm very into this. Okay, now see this piece that I just put down here? That piece may cause me a little bit of grief, but because I put it at a slight diagonal, I'm going to have less issues with it becoming a, crinkly, crusty, fold over, making me angry. Oh my gosh, look at that spot right there. Isn't that just wonderful?
Mm-hmm. Good job, Mom.
And now I'm going to have to stop here in a minute because I'm starting to feel that I'm okay. Can you see what happened there? See how that kind of folded over a little bit there?
You want to flatten that out.
Work to get that out. Now there is still going to be a little thing there, but I don't think it's going to be major because you can't even really.
Susan wants to know, is that because it was a fat piece?
It was because it was a fat piece.
Yeah.
Okay. One more piece and then I'm going to be done with this. This one I'm going to go on to something else. Slight overlapping. And you realize that it's going to be kind of a little bit different color because what you're picking up right now is some of the white opacity of the glue or the medium.
Yeah.
Okay, now before you hang it up so it can dry, just take a few minutes to go around, give everybody a little visual brush about. Make sure that, nobody's
sticking up,
creating problems for you later on, which, like I said, you can always fix it. But there we go. Now I've got something to hang this up on without it messing up the rest of my bracelet. That over there. I'm going to put this right up here with my other one. They're not touching. They're fine. Okay, now here's another little thing. You want to make sure that you take your little pieces that you made for that bracelet.
Keep it with, or put it in a little packet.
I'm going to hand it to Mariah because she's got packets over there. The reason I want to save some of this end piece here, Mariah, is because see that nice black stuff that I can pull off and put on the outside to emphasize that if I so desire to do so. Now the rest of these little pieces, I'm just tossing them because they're just plain. They don't have any thing on them.
You sure about that?
I'm sure.
Okay.
Look at that. Did you see that, Susan? I threw some stuff away.
She's talking to Susan Gant.
Yeah. Okay, next. All right, now, I can just tell you right now, this is going to be a bummer to work with. And the best one to do this with is, where is my crinkled up black and white? Did I not keep that out?
Yeah, you did, but then I think it fell back somewhere because you were like, oh no, did it fall on the floor over here?
I don't think so.
Because I thought you said, oh no.
Oh well, we can make this into that one. But you know which one I'm talking about? The crinkle black one?
Yeah.
I might have just rolled it back on there inadvertently. Here's what I'm going to do to this. Is I'm going to crinkle this. Because number one, it's very stiff with paint. And
Bye, Walter.
Number two is that the reason is because I want to get it down into those little crevices and spots and whatnot. Okay? And I will be able to do that better if I don't have a very solid, flat surface. So I'm really giving this a good crunching up here. It's going to soften it up and make it a little more malleable, a little more easy to deal with when I'm trying to get it around the pieces and parts of the corners and whatnot.
Yeah.
Now this is kind of weird. It's a little bit of a pale blue. It's not white.
What are you talking about?
This. It has just a tinge of blue to it, which I don't really care.
Well, why are we obsessed about them?
I don't know.
Okay. Bye, Zen Jen. Thanks for hanging. We're losing folks.
They stayed for the...
Well, I don't know. Like, they're just... I don't...
This is just not there.
It hasn't been our most interesting. I'll just say, you know, like, but that's fine. Like, hey, it could be a better replay watch.
Well, it kind of makes me a little bit sad because I thought that was just this bloody interesting.
Well, I don't know that everybody's into jewelry. I think that's where it's kind of a... You know what I mean? Let us know. Let us know in the comments.
I know, but it could be a really good Christmas gift.
It could. I think it can be applicable to other things, too. Like, if you think about, you know...
Well, if you want to put some repoussé work on the top of your box or something.
Oh, yeah.
Take the tinfoil and do a... Yeah.
Yeah.
Just...
Robin says she's enjoying this 200%. Okay. I'm going to stop obsessing about it.
When she tells me things like that...
I should not tell you things like that.
It hurts my feelings, and I'm thinking,
We're doing wonderful. Everybody's really excited about this. They love you. You're doing a good job.
Because it does hurt my feelings.
Mm-hmm. Jennifer McKinnon's still here. She's loving it.
Hi, Jen.
Leela says she agrees. Okay. And Mo is like, I am loving watching and giggling. It is always interesting. Well, yes, Mo. We got Mo. I mean...
She gets us.
She gets... Maybe that's the other thing is like, I'm like, if you just popped into this and you don't have a connection to us yet, it's probably not the best hook in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Watching people tear up paper.
Yeah.
All right. But y'all know why I'm doing this. I've explained it 95,000 times. And I could have had this done. But I thought it was really important to go through the prints again. You know, I love doing
We love going through prints.
We love going through the prints.
Mm-hmm.
And just, you know, having you all involved in the process of choosing them. I don't, you know, maybe that does not have great value.
I think a lot of people enjoy that part.
But then they left when we got to the actual
repairing and gluing down. You know, and we can't be mad at people about that.
Can't be mad at people.
I try to be entertaining during those times, but...
Yeah. I guess you just got to up your game a little bit, Mariah.
I guess, really, yes. It's more of a commentary on me and the chatty one's abilities to be chatty. I'm
trying to do these multiples at a time, but I'll tell you what. This tissue paper, I mean, they're not just whistling Dixie when they say it is strong. Because it really honestly is. But I think putting these in big bunches here and tearing them up like that is going to be a lot less time consuming than, you know, one or two at a time. Okay. Thank you, Mo. She says yes. And then people did ask for this. So, yeah. Well, I didn't think... We knew that, like, because even prior to this, I was like, remember, like, we haven't 100% perfected the timing of, like, trying to shorten up each little thing. I think this is the best we've ever done. For sure. We didn't take three sessions to do it. And everybody's going, watch people tear paper. Oh, my God, if I have to look at another bracelet, I'm going to throw up. We try to take that into consideration. We really do. Seriously, I mean, you know. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, Kat, thank you. And thank you, Sandy. I'm very chuffed. That. Excited. Oh, yeah, it is supper time. See, in a lot of places, it's supper time. Oh, well, that's good to know. Yeah. Gosh, what are we having? Well, Brad and I are eating our, factor keto things. We really like them. Oh, I'll have to talk to them. Hey, I will tell you. Maybe we'll go out to dinner. That last, or one of the last ones that we had was I didn't like it so very much. It was way too strong. Which I find very interesting. Okay. That you now here's what I'm going to do. I just made a decision because of how that other one went on there. I was not happy with how it went around the edge. It's too big, yeah. It was just, I thought I could get away with it since, I had all this stuff out here to push down and, but nay. Oh, wow. Mark Hines, he's laying it on thick, and that's awesome. You just keep that coming. He's laying it on what? He's laying it on thick. Listen to this.
I'm enjoying being taught by the world's greatest art
Oh
teacher.
my God.
I didn't know you
take
could
it
make
back.
papier-mâché with Mod Podge.
Of course you can, sweetheart. Yeah. That is very sweet.
Mm-hmm. I tell you, Mark Hines, we love you.
All right. Now, again, you can't really see this. I'm going to get this other one back here in a minute so that you, because this
Ooh.
stuff is still kind of white and filmy on top, but it's going to dry perfectly clear and it's going to look like rock. I'm thinking it's going to look like ebony, or what is the really,
Oh,
ebony is a wood.
right. I know what you're talking about. So,
Obsidian.
Is it obsidian?
Obsidian. It is obsidian.
Isn't that like it's from like lava, right?
Yes, it's fire produced
Glass, basically.
glass almost. And I'm by the time I get through with that, that is my vision for this.
Sherry says that they just eat late on PMAS days. Sure, your husband is very thrilled when it's PMAS day.
Oh, that's really sweet. Yeah.
Oh, see, Mark, good call. So he says he could use it besides like on a bracelet, like a vase, a bookend, or etc., or even book covers. You know who used to do this, and I highly recommend you checking her out. Like, I don't think she's made a video in quite some time, but well worth it because she's like the queen of it, or at least that I know of. Because I really don't go into the journal groups much anymore. I am very excited that a lot of you have been posting your journals over there in Makers. That's the Makers of Makes Me Art Facebook group. But our dear friend Lisa, who is Serious Hecka on the YouTubes, but she has some great and varying ways to create like textured covers for her books, and she's also made very wonderful books. And she's one of the ones that we used to send things to.
We send things to her because she does such a good job that,
yes,
you know, I'm not like, oh, what did I do that for?
Yeah.
I'm always like, oh man, that is so cool.
Yes.
Now that is one more thing that I think that you could cover these bracelets with is what her waxed paper stuff.
Oh yeah.
That would be gorgeous.
And have a neat feel. Well, now once you kind of get the blickerick or, you know, Mod Podge or whatever it is that you end up sealing things with, it sort of takes away the feel of the thing.
But see, look at how this is just has a whole different personality to it now. I mean, I can't stress that enough. Now I'm loving this, and now
Thank you,
Mariah and I
Mo.
will fight over this one.
Yeah.
And the other thing I really like about it is it's very it looks fussy here, but this it just looks very primal and very, you know, carved out of the just straight out of the ground.
Yes. Oh, hey, Patricia. Oh yeah, the lampshade stuff is cool. I can't remember. There's a gentleman. I don't think he's in Makers. I used to see him in one of the other gel printer groups that would do a lot of lampshades. I can't remember his name.
Okay, I need to back that one out a little bit because this one's kind of overlapping that one a little bit. I don't like that.
All right, well, you got 7 minutes. But we will bring this back on Sunday.
Yeah, and I'm hoping to have most of them done by Sunday. I can just show you the end thing, and then we can get on with something else because I don't want to bum people out on bracelets.
I don't know what else we're gonna be doing. On Monday, I am going, because I should be getting my stuff today, actually, to do the stamp catalog.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this
So that'll be fun.
might be pushing it a little bit. This is a little bit on the fat side.
Sometimes you get that way towards the end. You're just like, okay, let's get her done. Megan, you're going down.
Megan, I'm going. It's going to reach my halfway point. I'm hoping to make my halfway point on 2.
You'll notice pieces start getting bigger and bigger because you're just like, okay, I don't know. I just thought I was going to commit to these small pieces.
Oh,
but...
my kids at school, I got this one kid. Okay, so he's making a mask. And he's just, he started off with these cute little nice little pieces. Mm-hmm. And after a while, I looked over there. He had a whole piece of paper. And he just put it on there. And he was fondant. Bonking the brush.
Yeah.
And I just smiled. I said, how's that working out for you? And he was angry.
Yeah.
He was because as soon as he started the process, he knew it was not it wasn't going to work. But by God.
He was committed.
He was committed.
That's funny. Okay. Well, my arty friends, we're going to call
Look at this. This last piece just created my halfway point.
Look at that. We will be back on Sunday, right? Yeah.
Don't stop because I want to show them the turquoise one that is dried enough that I think you can start really appreciating the gorgeous color that is coming through.
Okay.
With the paint.
Because it is a little, like, you have to remember that whenever you're putting down the medium, it's going to be a little frothy, a little foamy looking, a little, cloudy.
See, look at
now
this.
It's drying.
Look at that, how pretty that is. Oh, see, it's still pretty wet on the inside. But isn't that pretty?
And something to keep in mind is if you did really, like, if there is a pattern that you wanted, get down one base coat or base layer. And then you could come back and come in the other direction.
And see, you could put this on and have this show more of your actual pattern design that you've got going on.
Yeah.
More of the linear design, rather just overlapping it so that you've just got all of this. And I think that you'll be very surprised once this dries enough that you can start seeing it rather than just the frothy stuff on the... This is a much nicer blue as far as I'm concerned. This one. Now I'm really very happily reporting back, even though you can see it through in a few places.
I think that's okay.
I think it is okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right, my arty friends, we shall be back here on Sunday and finishing up this project and something new. Who knows? We'll come up with it, or maybe we do some Sunday thoughting or Sunday sharing.
I'm going to work on my thoughts. I just, when something just happens, you're just too raw and you can't because you don't want to see me, like losing it on the, that's not fun for anyone. That isn't helpful.
No, it's not.
Okay. Now I'm just thinking, I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to be doing here. So don't go away quite yet.
I moved us to side. Oh, good golly.
Oh.
There we go. Maybe.
All right. So I'm taking out this one. Yeah. Remember? We had this one. So I've got one bracelet that's that. And then the other bracelet is going to be some form of purple. I'm going to go ahead and purplize this even more.
some purplization.
Purplization's going on. But I do think that this is a really good candidate for the other one.
Okay. There we go. All right, guys. Love you like a
long haul.
Bye.
Bye.